Hello, boys and girls of all ages. Uncle Steve is at Bond Park in Cary, North Carolina, along with the noisy ducks. I have two poles. They both have the same bait. Baked chicken, cut into chunks. I have a pretty large circle hook here, and I did a secret knot that I learned from another video to try to hold it on. This pole, I want to make sure I'm not hooked on anything, has got a bullet weight here and a bead, a swiveled, and a offset hook with a chunk of chicken tied to it. Now you have to tie the chicken because it will just fall off otherwise. So I'm going to cast two things. First, I'm going to cast that out there for bottom fishing. This stick with the Y on it was already here. And I'm going to simultaneously fish my regular way with the chicken, just to see if the catfish like the chicken. Of course, in comparison to my worms. But I don't have a third pole to do the worm on at the same time. And the reason for that is I was refurbishing my reels today, and I found out why yesterday when I reeled in an 8-inch chub from the Eno. I was wondering why I was having so much trouble working the reel, and I found out that it was internally broken. So haven't had a chance to go to Walmart yet and buy a Zebco replacement. The line is on the bottom one is still slack. Chicken's staying on there pretty good. I'll leave the camera running. I'm going to change my hook. I'm going to leave these. I'm going to take the hook off and put my regular circle hook on with a worm. Okay, chicken's still on there. Chicken is still on there, so I do have a technique for putting something like chicken on with a special knot that I learned from a lure company's videos. That was a good cast. I'm going to set the brake. So if anybody really runs away with that, he'll drag that in. Let's see if the little brim got my, nope, nightcrawler's still there. Gee, doesn't seem like there's much fish activity. All right, let's check it and then cast again. That's not a catfish. Catfish doesn't clean a hook off that way. That's the sign of brim. That doesn't mean there are no catfish will come by eventually and be hungry, but cleaning a hook off like that, that's brim. I don't know how I managed to cast right by that turtle again. I can see his head sticking up. Still no sign of anything happening on that piece of chicken lying on the bottom. Now, either I'm no, this is a fish. This is a cat. What the? Did you see that? That wasn't a brim. Well, I didn't get skunked. There's the bluegill. Well, from the kids yelling, I can tell I'm not the last person in the park. This is the last cast. I can't even see the float. Well, I can barely see it. I'm gonna have to fish like a blind man, which is by feel. Somebody's going for it. Somebody went for it. Somebody went for it. Somebody went for it. Are you getting this on film? Are you getting this on film? Don't break my line. Don't break my line. Can you see it, Mr. Catfish? He's at least a foot. Can you see my Mr. Catfish? All right. Now I gotta get, I don't have any flashlight or anything. Okay, Mr. Catfish, can you see Mr. Catfish? Let me stand in front of me, just in case my shirt reflects light nicely. Can you see Mr. Catfish? I gotta be careful grabbing him so that he can't spike me. Ah! I'm hooked. I was momentarily hooked. Okay, this should be easy to get out. This should be. There we go. There we go. I gotta get out of here. This is Uncle Steve saying adios until the next episode.